Hello everyone, and thanks for watching SFU Volleyball on Clam TV. I'm Lauren Mason. After spending the last weekend on the road in Oregon, Simon Fraser is back in the West Gym tonight, hosting the visiting Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks. We'll have more on the visitors from Nampa in a moment, but first, here's a quick recap of the Clam's games last week. A week ago, SFU was in Monmouth to take on Western Oregon, and the team came away with straight sets wins. 26-24, 25-19, and 25-17. Junior Kirsten Pinkney led the team with 14 kills and had a .414 hitting percentage, while Tessa May and Tamara Clark had 11 and 8 kills respectively. Libero Jamie Bratsburg recorded a game-high 24 digs. On Saturday, the Clan dropped the first two sets, 25-18 and 25-17 to Concordia, but bounced back to take the third set, 25-17. The team came close to taking the fourth set to force a fifth, but ultimately fell short as the Cavaliers took the set 30-28 to win in four. With the split, SFU is 8-8 overall this season and 5-5 at the halfway point of the GNAC schedule. The team will look to get back on track tonight against Northwest Nazarene, led by head coach Doug English. The Nighthawks dropped a pair of games last week. The team fell in straight sets to Central Washington at home and then dropped a 5-set match to Montana State Billings on the road 2 days later. NNU is 4-13 overall in 2018, and they have a 4-6 record in conference matches. Earlier this season, on September 15th, SFU earned a straight sets win, 25-14, 25-7, and 25-14 against NUU in Nampa. That's it for us on the pregame show. We'll have the anthems and player introductions for you right now, so don't go away. You're watching SFU Volleyball on Clan TV.
Northwest Nazarene, representing us, and your Simon Fraser University Choir. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and please remove all caps for first the playing of the American National Anthem. please remain standing as we welcome SFU's own Melissa Beltran for the singing of the Canadian National Anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in our last command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to meet tonight's starting lineups beginning with the Northwest Nazarene University Nighthawks. Starting this evening, number 2, Kenny Henninger. Number 6, Andy Blue. Number 7, Kayla Sayo. Number 8, Megan Nelson. Number 10, Natalie Knoll. Number 13, Taylor Marklow. The libero for the Nighthawks. Number 1, Shaylee Siegfried. The coaching staff for Northwest Nazarene coach Doug English with assistant coaches Kinsley Tubolston and Haley Janicek. And now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's starting lineup for your SFU Golden. Starting defensive specialist, 75'9" junior from Ottawa, Ontario, number 1, Katarina Tory. Starting center, 75'11" junior from Delta, BC, number 3, Tamara Clark. Starting outside hitter, standing 6'1", junior from West Vancouver, number 6, Betsy Lee. Starting middle blocker, standing 6'2", junior from Lyman, BC, number 14, Nicole Sheffield. Starting center, standing 5'10", sophomore from Winnipeg, Manitoba, number 16, Julia Davis. Starting blocker, standing 6'3", a senior from Roberts Creek, British Columbia, number 21, Tessa May. The center for your SFU player, standing 5'9", a senior from North Vancouver, number 0, Jay Rasberg. Head coach of your SFU player, Josh Smith, with assistant coaches Rocky Alventa and Devin May. And now, captains, without any further ado, it is time to get down to business. From the West Gym, it is the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks. It is your SFU clan. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Welcome back to SFU Volleyball on Plan TV. Today's game is live streamed on YouTube, and you can watch it at athletics.sfu.ca/vblive. Here's the starting lineup. For the Northwest Nazarene University, number 2, Cami Henninger. Number 6, Abby Blum. Number 7, Kayla Sale. Number 8, Megan Nelson. Number 10, Natalie Nuff. And number 13, Taylor Markland. The libero is Shayla Siegfried. For your SFU clan, our starting lineup will be number 1, Katarina Dolguch. Number 3, Tamara Clark. Number 6, Betsy DeVere. Number 14, Nicole Chevre. number 16, Julia Tays, and number 21, Tessa May. The libero is Jamie Bratsburg.
Ready?
Point for SFU.
Libero serve on the right.
Number 3, Tamara Clark.
Welcome back to SFU Volleyball on Clan TV. Scores all tied up at 1-1 as we've just started the first set here in West Gym. And that will be a kill for outside hitter, number 6, Abby Bloom. Serving for Simon Fraser, number 3, Tamara Clark. Good pass to the right side, a tip up and over, great dig from Julia Tays. Outside to Betsy DeBeer. Northwest Nazarene sending a free ball over. Good pass from Katerina Dolge. Tessende on the step around, blocked, but that's a great cover ball from Katerina Dolge. And that's a great kill on a 51 from number 13, Taylor Markland.
Girl serve on the left.
Serving for Northwest Nazarene is number 1, Shaylee Siegfried. Outside to Betsy DeBeer. That's a great swing from Betsy DeBeer. Way to use the blocker's hands. Double substitutions coming in for Simon Fraser. Into the front row for Katerina Dolge and Bianca Tay serving for Betsy DeBeer. Scores all tied up at 3-3. Good block touch, good dig from Jamie Bratsburg to Tessa May with the tip, and that's a kill for Tessa May with the tip just up and over the block. Outside. Great dig down the line from Tamara Clark. Simon Fraser sending a free ball. Good dig from Jamie Bratsburg. Outside to Kristen Pinkney. Good block touch. Good pickup from number 7, Kayla Sale. And that's a great block from Tessa May and Kristen Pinkney. Simon Fraser leading 5-3 in the first set. That's a great pass. Behind. That's a great kill from number 6, Abby Bloom. Double substitutions coming in for Northwest Nazarene. Number 9, Brooke Foster in for number 8, Megan Nelson. And number 5, Mackenzie Lee coming into the match as well. And that's another great kill from Kristen Pickney. Simon Fraser leading 6-4 in the first set. Good pass from Cami Henninger. Good X-ball play from number 10, Natalie Knopf. Pass from Bianca Okay, great dump from Julia Tays, but that's a great read from Shaylee Siegfried. Simon Fraser chasing the ball down and unable to bring the ball back. Score is tied up at 6-6. And Simon Fraser being called out of rotation. So I think that has to do with Tamara Clark is, since she's not passing on that end line, so essentially she needs to stay in rotation and be in between, or I guess to the left of Bianca Tay. I think on that one she was on the right side of Bianca Tay. I feel like most referees might not pay attention too much to that, so that's a pretty good catch, especially at this level. Most teams have their rotations kind of in order, so I think a lot of times referees try to focus on the ball instead. That's a great dig from Bianca Tay. Outside to Kristen Pinckney, blocked. And referee's going to call 4 contacts. Substitution in for Northwest Nazarene. Number 4, Kayla Owen in for number 10, Natalie North. Outside to Kristen Pinckney, great block touch from Northwest Nazarene. Outside to Cami Henninger, great dig down the line from Julia Tays. Good pickup from Cami Henninger again. And that's a great kill from number 13, Taylor Markland. Out of system to Kristen Pinckney. Good pickup. Good dig from Jamie Bratsburg to Nicole Chevrier. Great block touch from Northwest Nazarene again. Good dig from Julia Tays. Good dig from number 7, Kayla Sale. Outside to Cami Henninger. And that's a great kill cross court from number 2, Cami Henninger. Gina Schmidt will be using her first timeout of the match as Simon Fraser trails by 3. Northwest Nazarene leading 10-7. We saw Simon Fraser up early on. I think it was just a 2-point lead on around 6-4. So Northwest Nazarene has now gone on a 6-1 run. So Gina will definitely be looking to try and change the momentum a little bit, give Simon Fraser a chance to side out. I think in the last few points you've seen Simon Fraser lose some of their defensive plays. So typically Simon Fraser has always been a very strong defensive team, especially with their digs. Right now in the season statistics, combining conference and non-conference games, Simon Fraser is at around 19 games per set, while they've kept their opponents to just 16.8. So they definitely are known to outdig their opponents, but just in the last few rallies, we've seen Simon Fraser kind of lose some of that hustle. As you just saw in that last play, Cami Henninger had a ball that was kind of in the deep cross-court area, which is a little hard to read, but it was definitely in. It wasn't on the line or a close call. We've seen a few potentially unlucky balls for Simon Fraser out of Northwest Nazarene running their 51 and getting some good tool kills on their end. So I think they need to have a little bit more grit right now, but at this point in the season, they're about midway through, so a lot of teams can kind of lose that fire. But I think being down to start off this home match again will probably wake them up for the next few sets. That's a great dig from Katarina Dolge. A little tight, too tight for Tamara Clark. Double substitutions coming in for Northwest Nazarene. Number 8 coming back in for Brooke Foster. And Abby Bloom coming back into the front row. And that's a great kill from Betsy DeBeer across court. That's a good fix from setter number 8, Megan Nelson. Serving for Northwest Nazarene, number 2, Cami Henninger, as they lead 12-9 in the first set. Good pass from Betsy DeBeer. Tessa May on the 51 kill. Serving for Simon Fraser is number 3, Tamara Clark. That's a good pass from Cami Henninger. To the right side, Abby Bloom, and that's just a little long. Northwest Nazarene looking for some touches. No linesman nor referee signaling touches there. Simon Fraser now within 1, 12-11 for NNU. NNU out of system to number 7, Kayla Sale. Good dig from Katarina Dolge to Betsy DeBeer. A roll shot, that's a good pickup from number 7, Kayla Sale again. And ball just dropping a little bit too tight for anyone to get in there and challenge without the ball dropping. Score is tied up at 12-12. Outside, that's a good swing. Great dig from Katarina. That looks to be a good dig from Katarina Dolge. Sometimes when a setter is blocking in the front row and the ball landing a little bit tight along the net, they do have to kind of get around their middle. Sometimes the middle just stays at the net and doesn't transition back fast enough. They can collide. So looks like Tessa May and Julia Tays on that previous rally just got a little tangled up. So that would be a miscommunication that is a little bit uncharacteristic at this point in the season. But again, Simon Fraser's looks to be, I think there's lots of room for improvement, at least in this match so far. They look a little tired, I would say. That's a good dig. To the right side, great block from Simon Fraser, just landing out of bounds. So tool kill for NNU. So double substitutions coming in for NNU. Number 5, Mackenzie Lee serving for Abby Bloom. And into the front row is Brooke Foster for Megan Nelson. And referee calling Julia Tays on a double. NNU leading 15-13 in the first set. That's a good pass from Jamie Bratsburg to Tessa May. A little tight, but Tessa May still able to get the ball up and over. Simon Fraser back within 1, 15-14. NNU will be out of system. Cami Henninger taking a backer swing. That's a safe roll shot. To Nicole Chevrier with a tip up and over to score. Great smart play from Nicole Chevrier. Scores all tied up at 15-15 in the first set. That's a good dig from Kirsten Pinkney. Back to her outside. And that's a great kill. NNU blocker, number 7, Kayla Sale, just looking like she hadn't quite fully pressed over the net. So giving Kirsten Pinkney a lot of room to get that tool kill. It's a good pass. Outside. Great dig again from Kirsten Pinkney. Caught a little off guard, but defensive specialist Beyonce getting a good swing in. That's a great dig. A set dump, and that will be a kill for Julia Tays. And NNU taking their first timeout of the match as well, as they now trail by 2. Simon Fraser leading 17-15 in the first set. So we've seen some good rallies from both sides, although I think some miscommunication on both teams. on both sides, we've actually seen a lot of the sets drop a little bit tight, too tight for their hitters to get a swing on it. And then early on, we were seeing Simon Fraser struggle a little bit defensively, which is very uncharacteristic of them. So I think the teams are kind of matching each other's energy levels, which is a little low at this point. So hopefully as the match goes on, they'll be able to build on each other and get a little bit more involved into the match. A good almost self-cover from Kirsten Pinkney, just not quite high enough for someone else to get in there. Good pickup from NNU. Great block from Nicole Chevrier and Kirsten Pinkney. And service error from Julia Tays. Score is 18-17 for Simon Fraser. Substitution for NNU, number 4, Kayla Owen, coming in for number 10, Natalie Noth. That's a great dig from number 7, Kayla Sale. And just a little wide from Cami Henninger. Great idea. If it was in, no one would have been, I think, ready for that. Double substitutions for Simon Fraser, Katarina Dolge coming in to serve for Kirsten Pinkney, and Betsy DeBeer coming into the front row for Bianca Tay. A little tight, and setter is in the back row, so since she set the ball over the net and she jumped, so her point of contact was also above the height of the net. Setters are called on a back row attack for that. Good push outside to Cami Henninger. Great block from Tamara Clark and Nicole Chevrier. Cami went in a little early, I think, for that swing, but Tamara Clark did a really good job of waiting and picking up her hitter, not just keeping her eye on the ball. So second timeout for Northwest Nazarene of the first set, as Simon Fraser has now pushed to a 4-point lead, 21-17. Serving for Simon Fraser, coming out of the timeout, is Katarina Dolge. That's a good X-ball, great dig from Katarina Dolge. Outside to Betsy DeBeer, great dig. Outside to Cami Henninger, good roll shot down the line, great pickup from Julia Tays. And a great kill from Betsy DeBeer to finish that rally. Simon Fraser leading 22-17. NNU sending a free ball over. A good pickup from Tamara Clark. Nicole Chevrier on the step around. Great dig from number 5, Mackenzie Lee. Good dig again from Julia Tays. Good pickup from number 7, Kayla Sale. To number 13, good dig on the 51 from Jamie Bratsburg. Great set from Julia Tays. And that's a great kill from Tamara Clark to end that rally. That's a great save from Julia Tays. I don't know if you guys were able to see that, but she is in the back row, so having to try and dig first and then release, set that tight ball and stay off the net and knock over that center line based on that dig was quite impressive. So that is a great play for NNU. I think Gina Schmidt there is telling Tamara Clark that's her ball. Typically, if it's a tip, the one blocker that's not blocking, so in that case, normally for Simon Fraser, that would be the front row right side on a middle play, should be responsible for that tip. A great out-of-system ball from Julia Tays, not making it over the net. Again, Betsy DeVere just looking a little early, not having a full, powerful approach to get that ball at the right point of contact. So scores 23-19 for Simon Fraser in the first set. It's a good pass from Betsy DeVere. Good dig from number 8, Megan Nelson. Good roll shot from Cami Henninger. Outside to Betsy DeVere. Good dig cross court to Cami Henninger again on the right side. Great out-of-system ball from Nicole Chevrier. And that is a perfect spot for Betsy DeVere. Set point for Simon Fraser, 24-19, with Jamie Bratsburg serving. That's a great serve. Good dig from the libero, or a good pass from the libero. Great dig from Jamie Bratsburg. Outside to Betsy DeVere. A good block touch from NNU. Outside to number 6. Good dig from Jamie Bratsburg again. Pipe ball to Katerina Dolge. A roll shot. Number 30. And that's a great block from Tessa May on a 51 to end the first set. Simon Fraser taking the first set 25-19. We're just going to take a short break and we'll be back for the second set. Thanks for watching SFU Volleyball on Plan TV.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Any day at SFU may feel like just another day. But any day here has enormous potential. The potential for something significant to happen. Like the day when you might find yourself engaging with the outside world. To create a lasting impact on many lives. Or the day when you might unearth something that inspires you to start a business. Or the day when you might become an instrument of change. Or discover where you belong. Or take advantage of an unconventional education. To become part of something huge. In fact, any day has the potential to have real impact. Because any day at SFU is not just any other day.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome back to SFU Volleyball on Plan TV. In case you're just tuning in, Simon Fraser took that first set 25-19. Starting here in the second set for Simon Fraser, it's looking like the same crew. We have Nicole Chevrier and Tessa May in the middle, Kirsten Pinkney, and most likely Betsy DeBeer on the left side. Defensive specialist Bianca Tace starting in. I'd imagine Katerina Dolge will be substituting in. Libero Jamie Bratsberg, setter Julia Taze, and right side Tamara Clark. And starting for Northwest Nazarene in the second set, it's looking like the same crew as well. We have number 2, Cami Henninger, number 13, Taylor Markland, number 6, Abby Bloom, number 8, Megan Nelson, number 7, Kayla Sale, and libero number 1, Shaylee Siegfried. So I do have the statistics from the first set. First thing I usually look at is the team's hitting percentage. Obviously the higher the better, but for a team to be winning, you want to be kind of above the 200 mark. So Simon Fraser is hitting at 273. Northwest Nazarene is at a 130. So in terms of Northwest Nazarene's hot hitters right now, Kayla Sale is hitting at 250. Taylor Markland's at a 500. Natalie Knopf is doing well. She's at 500, but she has only had 1 kill on only 2 attempts. Cami Henninger seems to be their go-to hitter. She's leading in terms of total attempts, but right now she is only at 2 kills, 2 errors, and the rest are continued. So I'd imagine she'll be looking to kind of step up in the next few sets, or it might be smart for her team to look at some of the other hitters who are hitting fairly efficiently right now as well. For Simon Fraser, leading in hitting percentage is Tessa May. She's at a 667, followed by Julia Taze, although she's a setter, so she's effective on her setter dumps. Betsy DeBeer is at a 333, and then right side Tamara Clark and middle Nicole Chevrier are both at a 250. So overall, all the hitters from Simon Fraser are doing well. Kristen Pinkney had a few unlucky swings into NNU's block in that first set. So her errors weren't really out of bounds, but just blocked. So either she can try and self-cover those a little bit better, or her team can help support her, and that will count as a continue versus an error. So again, I think Simon Fraser in that first set came out a little flat. Hopefully they've woken up a little bit, but they are trailing by 2 already in the second set.
Serve on the left.
That's a great serve from Jamie Bratsberg. Score is tied up at 3-3. Good pickup from Tamara Clark. And that should count as a kill for Betsy DeBeer. Good tool kill. Blocker is just unable to make the block touch, come down and play the ball with some control. Simon Fraser now leading 4-3. Great block from Tessa May and Tamara Clark. Looked like a joint effort there. Good roll shot, great dig from Jamie Bratsberg. Great choice from Julia Taze. Good dig down the line, outside to number 6. Oh, it's going to be a tough ball to play. Almost, just a little tight with Simon Fraser. So if Julia Taze, their setter, digs the ball or makes the first contact, Simon Fraser's plan is for the libero, right now Jamie Bratsberg, to step in to help set the second ball or bump set the second ball. But if the ball is tight and towards the net, it's a very hard angle for a libero to be running forward towards the net and then get there in time to pass the ball kind of along the net to make a good set. So it can be a little hard. That's typically setters who are in the back row when they're digging want to aim for the ball, for their dig to land around the attack line. Score is tied up at 5-5. Jamie Bratsberg stepping in, and that's a good swing from Betsy DeBeer. Serving for Simon Fraser is number 3, Tamara Clark, as Simon Fraser leads 6-5. Good pass from Cami Henninger outside, and referee calling number 5, Mackenzie Lee, on a double. And just a long serve from Tamara Clark. Cami Henninger almost took that one. Point for NNU as they're catching up now within 1. SFU still leading. Oh no, sorry, score's tied up at 7-7. I think it's wrong on your screen there. Tessa May on the step around. That's a great dig from number 1, Shaylee Siegfried. Cami Henninger blocked, but good cover ball from her teammates. NNU will be sending a free ball over. May on the step round, that's a great swing. That's a very hard ball to dig.
Good on both.
Double substitutions in for Simon Fraser, Bianca Tay serving for Betsy DeBeer, and Kirsten Pinkney into the front row for Katarina Dolge. Good dig from Bianca Tay, a little tight, good pull from Julia Tays, good pickup from setter Mackenzie Lee. Tessa May on the step round again. That is a great kill from Tessa May. That's a great pass. Good hustle from Mackenzie Lee. Good pickup from Bianca Tay. Tessa May again on the step round and just wide. Substitution in for NNU. Number 4, Kayla Owen coming in to serve for Natalie Knoll. Good pass from Jamie Bratsberg behind Tessa, the step round, and apparently ball's still up. Simon Fraser getting lucky. Referee calling NNU number 9, Brooke Foster, on the net. Simon Fraser leading 10-8 with Tessa May serving. Tight ball. Yeah, not much setter Mackenzie Lee could do there. A little tight, she did all she could, but when you're basically taking the ball on top of the net, your hand position is out of your midline, which is where setters always want to try and take the ball, so hard to make a set when you're trying to change your hand positioning. Nicole Chevrier, great block touch from Cami Henninger, easy pickup for her libero, and that's a great kill from number 13, Taylor Markland, on a 51. Substitutions for NNU. Number 8, Megan Nelson back into the match, and number 6, Abby Blumen as well for the front row. A little tight, good thing Julia Tays is in the front row. SFU sending a free ball. And good dig from Bianca Tay off of that 51. Good pickup from Abby Bloom to Cami Henninger on the right. And almost a dig from Tamara Clark. Just not quite high enough for her teammates to get there in time. Good pass from Kirsten Pinkney. Good block, or good hitter coverage from Jamie Bratsburg. And that's a great kill from Nicole Chevrier. Simon Fraser leading 12-10 in the second set with Julia Tays serving. That's a great deep tip, smart play, especially when the setter is in the back row. Usually when setters see a tip or like a hitter coming in, like they're going to tip the ball, they'll release up to try and get the short tips. Normally the digger in 6, so in this case Bianca Tay, would try and swing down the line to cover the deep tip. I just don't think the shift happened quick enough, so it's a smart play from NNU. And just long from Tamara Clark. Scores tied up at 12-12. And that's a great block from NNU. Looks like it was mostly number 7, Kayla Sale. NNU taking the lead in the second set now, 13-12. And Tammy Henninger just missing her serve into the net. Double substitutions for Simon Fraser. Betsy DeVere coming into the front row. And Katarina Dolge serving for Christine Pinckney. Scores tied up at 13-13. Again, both teams right now just looking a little flat. Doesn't seem like there's a ton of energy on either side. I haven't seen NNU play any other matches this year so far, so I'm not 100% sure what's normal for them, but I can definitely say Simon Fraser is looking a little maybe fatigued at the midpoint in the season so far. Tight pass. And great block from Tamara Clark and Nicole Chevrier. And that's a great serve from Katarina Dolge. Pass from Tammy Henninger inside to number 7. That's a great swing from Kayla Sale. I think that must have just gone between Tamara Clark and Nicole Chevrier. Simon Fraser leading by 2 still, 16-14 in the second set. And just long. I don't know if you guys saw from what angle you guys are watching there, but the ball definitely dropped. It looked looked like it was going to be out by a lot more, but that's the beauty of a float serve. Good set from Tamara Clark. Tammy Henninger taking a swing to Tamara Clark on the right. Great dig, a little tight. NNU sending a free ball. Good pickup from Tamara Clark. Betsy DeVere with a great kill down the line. And NNU will be taking their first time out of the second set, as Simon Fraser now leads by 4 points, 18-14. Let's see this replay.
And my liberals, are they in?
So normally when teams get a free ball, the reason why it's called a free ball is that the team that's receiving the free ball, it's like a gift. You should be able to make a really good pass out of it and run your offense. So you should be able to either run a play or have people coming in at different tempos to throw off the other team's blockers and defenders as well. So teams want to try and avoid giving easy free balls. Of course, a free ball, although it seems like it would be easy to read or easy to pass, sometimes teams can get a little bit tricky in terms of where they place it. A lot of teams will try and put the ball just kind of near the setter. Typically setters struggle a little bit when the ball is coming from behind them. So they kind of stand at a 1/3 mark along the width of the court. If you pass closer to their, I guess to where their right side would be, setters can sometimes struggle taking the ball off of their left shoulder, squaring up and setting outside. So some teams still use that as a strategy, and sometimes it even makes the setter play the free ball depending on how high or how much time the team has to make a free ball shift. And just long from Simon Fraser. Double substitutions for NNU, number 9. Brooke Foster coming in for Megan Nelson again, and Mackenzie Lee coming in for Abby Bloom. Good pass from Katerina Dolge. Tessa May on the step around. That's a great block touch from NNU. And yeah, that will be a double. Just the miscommunication between Tammy Henninger and Mackenzie Lee. That's a good shoulder dig from Tamara Clark. Great dig from Jamie Bratsburg. NNU sending a free ball. Tessa May, great dig from Cami Henninger. A little tight, good pickup from Tamara Clark. Good block. Betsy DeBeer with the kill cross court. That's a great play from Julia Tays. She actively was using herself, Tessa May, and Betsy DeBeer in that rally. So that's ideally what you want to be doing. So great defense from Simon Fraser to get very good digs. So Julia Tays has all 3 options, even in transition. Normally, as the rally goes on, teams might only dig the ball kind of high middle of the court, which is typically good enough, but from there it's hard to run the middle or be an offensive option as a front row setter. So really good defense from Simon Fraser to allow Julia Tays to run a really good offense. And NNU taking their second and final timeout of the second set, as Simon Fraser has extended their lead to 21-15. Number 3, Tamara Clark serving for Simon Fraser as they lead 21-15 in the second set. And that's a huge block from Betsy DeBeer and Tessa May. Block again from Tessa May and Julia Tays. Good dig from Katerina Dolge to Betsy DeBeer outside. Great dig from the libero. Oh, good touch from Tamara Clark. Oh. almost a dig from Jamie Bratsberg. I think she just had a last-second hesitation about it going a little wide. I also think Katarina Dolge was excited to call it out. So sometimes when you're digging, you don't really have time to second-guess yourself. If you've committed to it, sometimes it's better to just take it. Play the ball even if it might be going out. In that case, I don't think Jamie Bratsberg was able to get her hands out of the way when she had initially committed to that dig. Double substitutions for Simon Fraser, Bianca Tay serving for Betsy DePere, and Kirsten Pinckney into the front row for Katarina Dolge. NNU will be sending a free ball over. Kirsten Pinckney on an inside set, and referees calling the ball down. Looked like it caught half of Shaylee Siegfried's hand. But for the ball to be counted up, it needs to hit the entire hand and have zero contact with the gym floor. So this is set point for Simon Fraser. Good scramble play there as they are leading 24-16. Good dig from Jamie Bratsberg to Tessane on the step round, and that's a great kill from Tessane down the line to take the second set 25-16. There will be a 5-minute break between the second and third set, but we will be back shortly. Thanks for watching SFU Volleyball on Clan TV.
Any day at SFU may feel like just another day. But any day here has enormous potential. The potential for something significant to happen. Like the day when you might find yourself engaging with the outside world. To create a lasting impact on many lives. Or the day when you might unearth something that inspires you to start a business. Or the day when you might become an instrument of change. Or discover where you belong. Or take advantage of an unconventional education. To become part of something huge. In fact, any day has the potential to have real impact. Because any day at SFU is not just any other day.
Paul, Devin.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing.
Large crowd filing into the Redwood Bowl tonight. It is sunny and beautiful. Mid-60s as the chain gang makes their way in as well.
Hold it! Believe it! And let's leave it on the field, baby. Let's go! Let's go! Hey, 1, 2, 3.
It is almost time for kickoff. Humboldt State Lumberjacks taking on Simon Fraser University. Near side still on his feet to the far side and taken down. Richardson throws over the middle, has a receiver going for the end zone, and a great play made. And it's going to be a handoff to the running back over the right stop. Here's the kick. What a spectacular pitch and catch. It's going to be a pass. They're going to look for the end zone, and it's thrown to the corner. Catch is made. Shot, and it's batted down. Wow. To Phillips over the far side. He ducks on a run, Lumberjack, and he's in for a touchdown. Seconds. And making the stop.
Pass is completed for a planned first down.
welcome back to SFU Volleyball on Clan TV. In case you're just tuning in, Simon Fraser is now leading 2-0 here in West Gym. They took the first set 25-19 and the second set 25-16. I do have some of the statistics in the last two sets. So
we got it right quick.
Both teams went down in hitting percentage. However, Simon Fraser still out hitting NNU, which is really all that matters. So Simon Fraser's hitting a 143 in that second set. NNU dropped to a 0.53. So both teams dropped by quite a bit. I think this game seems to be going a little bit slowly. We're at the midpoint in the season. So a lot of times you see teams maybe lose a bit of that fire. Early on in the season, they haven't competed for the last 10 months. They're really eager to get back out there, show what they've been working hard towards for all of their off-season. And then kind of in the midpoint, I've noticed that a lot of teams, including probably myself when I played, a lot of players kind of lose sight of what they're doing, right? As a student athlete, it can get a little bit hard. You might sometimes lose the fun aspect of playing sport because realistically, at least as I'm Fraser, it's not, you can't just miss a practice, right? You have to go, whether you want to go or not, whether you kind of want to do something else, and it can be tough to last through a whole season, especially the volleyball season can be quite intensive, a lot of traveling on pretty much every other week, so it's hard to keep up while in university and balancing the schoolwork as well. So in the middle of the season, not really surprised to see both teams coming out a little flat tonight, but I think Simon Fraser's been trying to pick it up. I was looking at their set scores against NNU in the when they played earlier this year at Northwest Nazarene. And Simon Fraser had earned a straight sets win, 25-14, 25-7, and 25-14. So set scores have been a little bit closer tonight. Of course, now there's a lot more game footage on both teams. I think Simon Fraser is doing a little bit of a different lineup compared to what they were doing in September at the beginning of this year. So I'm not too sure if NNU has switched up their lineups at all, but that could be one of the differences in scores. So hitting well for NNU so far tonight, number 13, Taylor Markland, she's at a 273. Number 10, Natalie Noff is at a 200. And Abby Bloom is at a 188. So I'd say if I was setter for NNU, I would definitely be trying to feed those three hitters, maybe give some of the other hitters a little less volume so they can really focus on getting the kills when needed. And then for Simon Fraser, their hot hitters right now, Betsy DeBeer is hitting a 320, Nicole Chevrier is hitting a 333, Tessa May is still up there at a 412. So keys to beating or getting back into this game for NNU would be to try and shut down, I'd say both the middles, Nicole Chevrier and Tessa May, as well as Betsy DeBeer. So Simon Fraser's off to an early lead at 3-2 in the third set. And that's a great kill from Tessa May. That's a great out-of-system ball from Julia Tace, but SFU choosing to send a free ball over. Great dig from Katerina Dolge. Great pickup from libero Shaylee Siegfried. Good block touch from Simon Fraser. Easy dig for Jamie Bratsberg. Good dig from Cami Henninger. A roll shot. Interesting choice from Tessa May. And Julia Tace able to make a play out of it. Good thing she's in the front row. So great kill for Julia Tace to end that rally. Score is 5-2 for Simon Fraser with Tamara Clark serving. Pass from Cami Henninger. Almost a block from Julia Tace. Looks like Julia Tace just didn't have her hands quite pressed over the net, so ball dropping on the Simon Fraser side. Good pass from Katerina Dolge. A little tough ball for Tessa May to try and get there. If you guys noticed, Julia Tace ball actually was going over the net, and I think Tessame overran that a little bit. So it was a tough play. Julie Taze did get pulled off the net. She was standing a little bit closer to the attack line, so as soon as the setter is off, like behind or off the net and closer to the attack line, it can be very hard to run an effective step, which would be the play that Tessame scores quite a bit on. Double substitutions for Simon Fraser, Bianca Tay coming in to serve for Betsy DeBeer, and Kirsten Pinckney into the front row for Katarina Dolge. NNU will be called in for contact, so the attack not quite over the net into the blocker's hands. Simon Fraser leading 7-4 in the third set. It's a good pass, Lucy's up. Good out of system ball from Tammy Henninger. Tessame blocked. That's a great block from number 7, Kayla Sale. Really smart play. She was definitely tracking her hitters there as a front row left side blocker. A lot of times they're standing out at the pin, but when there's a front row setter and a middle like Tessame stays on a 51, you want to be in on that 51 to help, since there is no right side attacker as an option. Great tip from Kirsten Pinckney, just up and over the block. A lot of teams struggle with that placement of a tip. Teams pretty much have a few choices. Either the blockers can land and then try and turn and play the ball, or the defender in one. So in NNU's case, it would be the setter, since they're running 6-2. The setter can try and read that ball, come up and try and dig that tip, or the front row left side blocker that is not involved in blocking can come across and also try and play that tip as well. Long from number 7, Kayla Sale. Simon Fraser leading 10-5 in the third set with Tessame serving. Communication from NNU. That's a really good serve from Tessame. NNU will be taking their first time out of the third set, but very smart serving placement from Tessame. Let's see the replay. So you can kind of tell she served near the front row player and the back row passer. So usually front row players will try to not pass that ball, and then sometimes they commit, and then it's too late for them to kind of back out. So then a lot of times it's miscommunication. The back row player doesn't always know what that front row player will do, whether they're going to take that pass or whether they're going to leave and try and get ready for their approach in case they get set. So I think that comes with a little bit more time. I believe NNU this year has quite a different lineup from last year. So a lot of different people on the court compared to previous years. So I think, again, it takes time. A lot of times teams or programs go through a bit of a rebuild. So I think NNU lost quite a few starters from last year, so it naturally will just happen a little bit as these players haven't played together as much as probably Simon Fraser's starters.
And here we go.
Coming out of the timeout, Tessame still serving, 11-5 for Simon Fraser. That's a good pass. Back to her on the right. That's a great kill from number 7, Kayla Sale. And a service error into the net. Point for Simon Fraser as they now lead 12-6 in the third set. Julia Taze serving. Great pass from Libero. Good dig from Bianca Tay. Good set from Kirsten Pinckney. Good swing from Tamara Clark. And a good pickup. Angelica Kielberg for the match. And just long. Very unlucky for Angelica Kielberg. Substitution for NNU, number 4, Kayla Owen, in for number 10, Natalie Knopf. Good save from Simon Fraser there to give them a free ball. Good pickup from Julia Tays. Tamara Clark taking a swing. And that's a good swing from number 13, Taylor Markland. That's a very fast 51. On that play, it didn't really look like Simon Fraser's blockers had enough or got up with their block in time to actually kind of take space. So very hard ball to defend for Janie Bratsburg and Bianca Tay. Essentially with no block, the ball can't even be funneled somewhere. Basically, the ball could go anywhere. So the idea of a block is not always to just get stops and get as many blocks as you can. Sometimes it's just to help take space so your defenders, like Jamie Bratsburg, Bianca Tay, and Katarina Dolge, can dig a little bit more strategically around you. Good serve from Katarina Dolge. To Tamara Clark on the right. Good dig, nice and high. That's a good block touch from Angelica Kielberg to Betsy DeBeer. And that's a great swing. You can see there NNU's block just was not able to press over the net. Again, with blocking, you don't always need to block and kind of jump as high or, in theory, touch as high as you can. What's more important is if you're pressing over the net. So you want to try and cut off the angle, not just block straight up like a wall, if that makes sense. You want to try and trap the ball onto the other team's side without the ball having to even come close to the kind of plane of the net. So Simon Fraser now leading 15-8 in this third set. NNU still has one timeout remaining. Good dig from Tamara Clark. That's a great cross-court shot. Great dig from libero Shaylee Siegfried to keep her team in. Long from Cami Henninger. They're looking for touches. No call from either linesman or referees. 16-8 for Simon Fraser. NNU sending a free ball. Good pass from Tamara Clark on an X ball. Good block touch from NNU. Good dig from Katarina Dolge to Betsy DeBeer with a roll shot. Good pickup from Mackenzie Lee. And that looked a little odd for Simon Fraser again in the first set. I had mentioned they are typically a very strong defensive team in terms of the amount of digs per set in their hustle. In the first set, we did see a few swings like that drop on the Simon Fraser side. Normally, a ball shouldn't be dropping unless another defender is hitting the floor with it. I think a big mindset for defense is if you think you can get there, you probably can. So if you don't think you can get there, you probably won't. So on defense, a lot of the time your mindset just needs to be you need to dig every ball. Easier said than done, though. Good block from Angelica Kielberg to end that rally. Simon Fraser leading 17-9 in the third set, with Jamie Bratsburg serving for Simon Fraser. Good pass from Cami Henninger on an X ball. That's a great swing from Cami Henninger. Betsy DeBeer and Tessime just looked to be up in the air a little bit early. Sometimes when blockers are up too early, they end up blocking the ball on their way down, and usually that's when they're not as stable. So in the air, on your way up, you have a little bit more control, but on the way down, naturally, you're just a little bit more off balance. Maybe you don't have the ability to press over the net as much. So usually on a higher set, you got to wait and really try and pick up the hitter versus just looking at the ball. And then you catching up a little bit here in the third set as Simon Fraser leads 17-11. And just wide from Cami Henninger. Serving for Simon Fraser is Tamara Clark. Katerina Dolge. And that's a great kill from Tessane. It was a fast dig. She didn't get much of a transition. Normally middles or hitters want to try and get depth after their blocking to try and get a stronger approach. Tessane there on a fast dig didn't have time, so she saved her last 2 steps to still have the ability to explode and gain some momentum into that swing. Scores 20-11 for Simon Fraser. It's a good pass from Cami Henninger outside and just into the net from number 7, Kayla Sale. Substitution for Simon Fraser coming in. Number 10, Farnaz Johal coming in for Tessa May. Score is 21-11 for Simon Fraser. And just a long serve for Tamara Clark. Score is 21-12 for Simon Fraser. And Farnaz Johal just looking a little bit early, jumping a little bit too soon, so losing a lot of her power. On a step around, you really got to save that last step to keep your power and momentum to use into your swing. Good eyes from Julia Tays. Good swing over from Farnaz Johal. Betsy DeBeer getting a little lucky there. Outside to Betsy DeBeer. Good block touch from NNU. To the right side. Good dig from Tamara Clark. To Betsy DeBeer. Blocked and in there. So point for NNU. Great block. Looked like that was Ashley Bloom and Natalie Noth. Score is 21-14 for Simon Fraser. Referee is calling Simon Fraser out of rotation. I didn't catch that one and who was out of rotation there. So Gina Schmidt will be taking her first time out of the third set. We've seen Simon Fraser have a few errors in the last few points. So normally taking out a powerhouse like Tessa May for a substitution when they're up 21-11. Gina Schmidt just trying to, I think, conserve some players, get some new players in whenever she can. It's always good to get some of the newbies court time, but the rest of the team needs to do their part. So normally when a substitution comes in like that, the team needs to kind of rally, do whatever they can to keep the momentum and not give it back to NNU. Obviously having a 10-point lead and being at 21 is promising, but anything can happen in the game of volleyball. So the score is now 21-15, and I've seen comebacks like this happen. So who knows? I'd imagine Simon Fraser will look to side out on this point and then hopefully keep the ball rolling. But Gina Schmidt, or both teams, still have one timeout remaining for the third set. Good pass from Katerina Dolge to Betsy DeBeer. Great pickup from Ashley Bloom. Way to keep her eye on the ball. Good block from SFU. To Farnaz Johal. Great dig from Cami Henninger, but that's also a good swing from Farnaz Johal. And just a wide swing from Kayla Sale. Double substitutions coming in for Simon Fraser. Lauren Friedman coming in for Katerina Dolge, and Bianca Tay serving in for Betsy DeBeer. So scores 22-15. So in case you're wondering, Lauren Friedman did come in for Katerina Dolge, who typically subs with Kirsten Pinckney. So in American rules, you can have 3 players substituting into one spot, unlike in Canada, where it's only 2 players. Good roll shot from Farnaz Johal. That one's up and over, and NNU unable to keep the ball alive. So we will. So scores now 23-15 for Simon Fraser, with Bianca Tay serving. That's a great pass from the libero. Good dig from Tamara Clark. Fernaz Johal. Good pickup from, almost a good pickup from Ashley Bloom. Just unable to control that enough for her teammates to get there. So match point for Simon Fraser as it is 24-15 in the third set with Bianca Tay serving. Good pass from Cami Henninger. Good tip up and over. Great touch from Jamie Bratsberg. Good communication from Simon Fraser. Back to number 7. Tough ball from Julia Tays. You always want to miss off the net versus too tight. When it's too tight, there's really not much your team can do. Whereas off the net, you can always at least make a safer play to continue the ball. So match point again for Simon Fraser, 24-16. Good pass from Jamie Bratsberg outside to Lauren Friedman. Just long. That's a good corner. Score is 24-17 for Simon Fraser. Good pass from Lauren Friedman to Fernaz Johal. Good dig, and that'll be a kill for Fernaz Johal to end the match. Simon Fraser takes the match 25-19, 25-16, and 25-17. That's it for us here in West Gym. Simon Fraser's next home game is this Saturday at 7 p.m. against Central Washington Wildcats. Thanks for watching SFU Volleyball on Plan TV.